Hello, my name is Roboman 20000 and you are watching Robomans Tekkit Tutorials. This is episode number 5, EU and Extraction. You see, we're going to build a new machine today called an Extractor, but first I want to tell you even more in depth about EU. It's not going to take too long, so let's get going. We've got a little notes here. So, in Minecraft time works on ticks. And this is standard Minecraft stuff, but not everybody knows it, so I'm going to explain it here. 1 tick is equal to 1/20th of a second, so there's 20 ticks per second. It's also on many servers, and even, I believe, in single player, you can change the number of ticks per second. But standard default is 20. So, EU comes in packets. And it's generated with generator blocks, stored with storage blocks, like, so the generator blocks like this generator here. Storage block is like a bat box here. You can transmit it with wire blocks, like this copper wire I have in my hand. You can just place it anywhere and it auto connects. Break it with your fingers. Break it with anything, really, but a pick is almost instantaneous break. Anyway, and it's used by machines, industrial craft machines. I've just been macerating some dust. I'm going to keep going there. Oh, that's all. That's the last of my dust. Look at that. Don't need to macerate anymore. Alright, so we have a small setup that shows you pretty much everything about the basic EU. You have a generator, a storage device, a transmitter, and a user, a machine. So EU comes in several different packet sizes. Each generator generates specific packets. Like this generator I told you last episode generates 20 EU per tick, and that's not really a standard packet size, but it falls in with the output of this is 32 EU, and the generator falls in this same category. They call 32 EU per tick low voltage, or LV. You'll see that a lot. There's a higher one called 128. It's called medium voltage, and even higher is 512, and that's high voltage. Those are the 3 standard packages. There are other non-standard package. Anything below 5 EU per tick is called ultra low voltage, and anything above 512 is called extreme voltage. We don't need to worry about anything other than low voltage today because that's what we're dealing with, and I got to deal with this fucking guy. Where is you? Alright. Sorry for the swear, I'll probably beep that out. Anyway, we're just going to look at the low voltage packages. And low voltage, or 32 EU per tick, I'm just going to refer to as low voltage from now on, because 32 EU per tick is hard to say. Anyway, so low voltage packets can power every machine. Almost every single type of wire can carry low voltage. There is one type of wire that I haven't shown you yet. I'll show you right now. It's tin wire, or it's called ultra low voltage wire. You make it exactly the same as you make copper wire. 1, 2, 3 here. And you get ultra low current cable. I'm going to take it, and I might use it later. It's got this silvery color, and you can't insulate this stuff. But it doesn't hold enough voltage to do any damage, so it's great. However, were I to do this, right, and then maybe I will macerate something. I'm just going to spawn something into macerate. Spawn in a piece of iron ore. I'll show you what it does. Okay, see how that broke and it hurt me about half a heart? Well, that's what happens. Delete that iron ore. That's what happens when you put too much current into a cable. So you want to use the right cable for the right job, and the right cable for EU, at the very beginning at least, is copper. Copper wires. There are better ones. There's actually wires you can make out of gold. I don't have any gold. Okay. You can make golden wires. You can make kind of glass fiber wires, which are even better. We'll get to more detail on the higher versions of wires as we get to higher versions and higher packet sizes of EU. So I'm not going to go into that much. Right, what I'm going to tell you about is actually why maybe if you're using low voltage, you might not want to use copper cables. Say my bat box is here, but my machine, I can't have my machine. Maybe I want my machine to be way the hell over here. I'd have to take a wire and wire it all the way up over here. And normally you'd think that's fine. I mean, it's great. It works. However, wires actually lose EU. They have a loss of EU for every block that it passes through. So the more wires you have between your source and your sink, I guess, your storage device or generator, and whatever's taking the EU, the longer that it travels, the more loss you have. So copper cable has two versions, insulated and uninsulated. I've only got insulated cable right now, but I've shown you insulated, uninsulated. I can just whip them up right quick here, or not. I guess I don't have any copper. Okay, I'll whip them up in a bit. But the insulated cable, the more insulation you put on your cable, the better its loss per block is. So uninsulated copper cable has a loss of 0.3 EU per block. So that means it won't lose EU on the... It'll lose 1 EU every 3 1/3 of a block. So the 1/3, it'll always round down. It'll never round up, it'll always round down. So if you have uninsulated copper cable 1, 2, 3, it won't, and then your machine, it won't lose any EU. If you have 4 in a machine, it'll lose 1 EU. Insulated copper cable is not much better, but it's better. It has a loss ratio of 0.2 EU per block, which means I can have 4 insulated copper cables before I start to have loss on my wire. That's we're going to be learning a lot more with IC as we progress with IC2. We're going to be learning a lot more about EU and other things. But right now, I want to show you the second most useful IC2 machine I'm going to ever show you. It's called an extractor, and I already have most of the parts. I need to build another circuit. So I've taken my 2 project tables and set them up with signs. So this one here makes copper cables. See, this is the way that I forgot to show you how to make copper cables. So I can either make cables like this, and then make cables like this, and put copper like that, and put the rubber like that, or I can put the rubber 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, there, 1, 2, 3. This is an easier one-step method for making copper cables. Is it daytime now? Oh, it's daytime. Anyway, that's a sidetrack. And I've also got one for circuits here. So I need a circuit. I'm going to put 6 copper cables. I'm going to put all my refined iron and all of that redstone in there. And I'm going to just take an electric circuit. I also need a machine block. I'm going to go make a machine block. Already know how to do that. Machine block. And how we make this machine, it's called an extractor. We throw the machine block up top, electric circuit down below it, and then I have 4 tree taps that I made earlier. 1, 2, 3, 4. and I get the extractor. Now, I can't use broken tree taps. It does not work with a broken tree tap. See, it just doesn't work. Whoa. Ah, it just popped out. Alright. There. 1, 2, 3, 4. The Enderman is scaring me. Here's an extractor. What is he doing out there? Weird. Alright, so now I have an extractor. Here we go. I'm going to place it temporarily. I'm going to place it here. Right there. So I've got the wire automatically connected to my extractor. Now this thing is incredible. Well, it's not incredible, but it's pretty sweet. What it does is I take my sticky resin. See, every time I referred to the sticky resin in the previous episodes, I actually said rubber, but I meant sticky resin. Unfortunately, I was a little confused. So what I do is I take my sticky resin and I throw it in the extractor, and instead of when I cook my sticky resin, I get 1 rubber per resin. When I extract it, it'll be a little while, but it gives me 3 rubber per resin. It triples my output. It's kind of like the macerator for rubber. It does several other things, but we'll learn about those later. So I want to show you another use for my macerator as well. Hopefully we still have time. Another use for macerator, and you're going to be using this a lot, is to macerate coal into coal dust. I'm going to macerate, let's see, 24. I need 24 coal for a future episode, so I'm going to start macerating that. There's a spider over there. Macerate. Oh yeah, I didn't even show you that. I hit the zoom button. In Tekkit, for some reason you can zoom in by hitting the control button, but the mouse doesn't really work very well, so I don't use it all that often. Alright. There are other uses for the macerator, like I can take gravel and macerate it into... let's macerate some gravel. If I take gravel, it'll macerate, I believe it macerates into sand. If you want to know all about this simple stuff and just skip these early videos, you can go to the wiki. This is all where I've got all my information, is the wiki site. Oh hey, it macerates into flint. Oh, that's even better. And 22. Alright. Look at that. Gravel into flint. Oh, that's incredible. I didn't even know that. Alright. Oh yeah, I should have understood. Okay. So another thing you can do with your macerator is take cooked stone, if you somehow happen to have cooked stone. And if you want cobblestone, but you don't want to you know, place it and then break it, you can put the cobblestone in your macerator. Am I out? I'm out of energy. I am out of energy. This is not cool. Ugh. 10. Alright. That is one thing when you add more things. Oh no. You see this? It's going up, sort of, very slowly. I'm going to need to upgrade my power systems. So, we're going to need to upgrade our power systems, and that will be next episode. I will show you how to actually remove these without breaking them, or with a much lower chance of breaking them. Anyway, back to what I said about the cobblestone. You can macerate regular stone, like that regular stone stuff there, into cobblestone, and then cobblestone you can macerate again down into sand. if you want. I mean, I rarely ever do it. If I need sand, I go to a beach or a desert. But that's just me. I like legging it. Anyway, that seems like enough for this episode. I don't know how long I've been, so I'm just gonna say good night? Yeah, I don't think so.